No.
What'd you do, Steve?
Okay.
I'll save Eddie for later. We've got more important fish to fry.
I do like
or
that
pancakes
song.
to flip, actually.
There you go. There you go.
I do love that song.
It's good.
It's 4 minutes after 8 o'clock.
Greg is here from the Solon Firefighters, and this weekend is the annual Big Pancake Breakfast fundraiser.
It sure is. But, Jim, before we get started, I'd like to thank you and Steve for providing live radio.
I appreciate that.
It is.
Have you heard me lately? This is, no,
Captain, you're
I don't know if it's live.
You're fine. I'm just telling you guys, there's so much, I call it canned radio crap in our world. I love getting up in the morning and knowing what's going on around here. And I learned when we raised money for our building, people love live radio.
Yeah.
They love live TV. And they like to get stuff in the mail. So a lot of that pseudo electronic stuff, not so fast.
Yeah. Now, so the breakfast will be held at the. Well, it's not brand spanking new, but it's still pretty new.
Yeah, a couple years old. We worked hard to get it.
You sure did.
The neat thing about the building is we now have seating for over 500.
That's great, and you used probably all of it.
We used all of it. We've learned a little bit over the past couple of years that people enjoy it, and they should. We want them to. So they come and sit and eat, then they don't want to leave. But you know what, Jim? That's a good thing.
That's part of the deal. It's kind of nice
part of the
fellowship, deal. Dealing with you, seeing your friends and neighbors, and interacting with the firefighters and everything.
Yeah.
So it's Sunday. What are the hours?
So we start at 6:30, but we'll have people show up at 6. So 6:30 to 12:30 within reason.
Okay, that sounds.
And just show up. I'm going to tell you right now, there's going to be a line, but I don't want people to panic because right now, I've got it down to a science.
I'm sure you do.
Under 20 minutes, you're in line and you're sitting. So it's
That's
not bad. The weather looks good, so you don't have to worry about any bad stuff or overheating. We plan on having a good time, but we do have a goal. Our goal, we've never served 3,000 people.
Okay.
So our goal right now is to get 3,000 people into Solon on Sunday morning. So hopefully a little bit of push here on the live radio will help us.
Well, I know Sheriff Brad Kunkel is a huge fan of pancake breakfast. And these are my. He goes, this is in my wheelhouse when they start doing pancake breakfast season. So
he and his family have been really good. They always come and volunteer and help us. And we appreciate the sheriff and obviously other people in the community show up and lend a hand when they can.
That's good. So what does it cost to attend?
So it's $10 for adults. It's $5 for kids, basically 5 to 12. If you're not in school, we feed you for nothing. And if you have issues about trying to come up with the money, just let us know and we'll help you out. It's not an issue.
Yeah. These breakfasts are not so much getting yourself fed, but just having a good time. Like you said, people come, they eat, and they stick around and they converse. And,
you see people that you haven't seen for months and months.
Yeah. I have two cute stories. One, last year, so in the month of May, our department, we canvass our area, our fire district, which includes 112 square miles. Mm-hmm. So there's a gentleman that lives in Linden Heights, which is just north of the interstate off Highway 1. He has not missed one. When he was 10 years old, his mom and dad started taking him, and he's made it a point to never miss one. Then about 10, 11 years ago, a family from Green Bay, Wisconsin was driving through Solon on that weekend, and they saw the signs out, and they decided to stop. And they drive down from Green Bay every Memorial Day weekend eat pancakes with us. That's cool. Pretty cool.
Wow, that is pretty cool.
And Solon's such a great town. I know you've got all these great restaurants and civic activities and hiking areas and things like that. So I mean, there's more to it than just the corner bar like a lot of the small towns.
Yeah. So there is Solon's. I'm a lifelong Solon guy. I grew up there, 800 people. Now we're almost 3,500, and growing like Eastern Iowa is. It's amazing to me how things continue to grow.
Yeah, and we broke the story about you guys getting your first stoplight.
Yeah, how about that?
Think about that.
Nothing wrong with that, is there? We got a stoplight. Look out.
Yeah, here we go. You progress. You can't stop it.
Yes.
When I came here 30 years ago, we had like a population, I think, of 120 some, maybe 127. Now we're at 161,000.
That's for the county, right?
For the county.
Yeah.
It's
grown.
It's amazing how it's grown.
I can't believe in our area, a little off topic here, but our healthcare system.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot believe just everything that's going on. It's crazy.
We were talking about that yesterday, that, even though they've built up, they got brand new facilities, they're still building because they know the population is aging and the need is going to be great. Yeah. And, it's not just for Johnson County, it's for the whole state of Iowa and parts they're out.
Healthcare is unbelievable. It's a hidden gem in Iowa City, Iowa, in my opinion. People have no idea how lucky we are.
No, it's amazing. Well, I'm still living.
Congratulations, right? Good for you.
Well, there are people in this building that have experienced some good miracles.
Nothing wrong with that.
To the U of I and the healthcare around here. So, it's good stuff. But it doesn't hurt yourself to enjoy and indulge in some sweet old pancakes and sausage.
Yeah,
and
so
stuff.
It's really kind of cool. It's pancakes, sausage, ham, and eggs made to order, and anything else you may need, we may figure it out.
See, now everyone has them different. Hills had their breakfast a week or two ago, and they do biscuits and gravy. So everyone has something new. Like normally they don't sell ham or do eggs to order.
Yeah, we always have. It's kind of each department, each area, each town has their own little traditions, and that's one of ours.
Oh, it's a great way to get your weekend, taken care of, and it's one of those meals you don't have to cook for yourself.
No. And Tom just stuck his head in here. You guys were talking yesterday. Have a little deal on the bats.
Yes.
So when I started at the University Athletic Department, I worked baseball as the equipment manager.
Uh-huh.
The umpires do check all the bats, and the reason why they check the Luna bats, because if you get a flat spot in it, that's a sweet spot to hit the ball farther.
Okay.
So they are checked. It's much like footballs. People don't know this, but game day footballs are checked by the officials for the proper air pressure.
Yes.
And they all have their own distinct mark on them. Mm-hmm. So when a ball goes in the game, every once in a while you may notice that the linesman or one of the field judges will look and make sure that ball's marked so somebody didn't try and sneak one in on them.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah. A little bit of side tidbit there.
We were talking about somebody was at a softball game and a girl took a swing with an aluminum bat and it broke. Wow. And there was thank God there was a screen behind home plate because it broke in like shards. So it looked like the guy compared it to like a whiskey bottle broken.
Sure.
So if that had gone into the crowd, that would have been pretty dangerous.
It would have.
Do you miss it?
Steve, what I really miss is the people. I don't miss 7 days a week. I still get a chance to talk to Kirk frequently. Phil Parker and those guys. It's interesting when they call or I call them in our conversations. But I do miss the people. I was lucky enough last fall where they allowed me to work all the home games. Mm-hmm. I was actually the visiting team liaison, so I'd help the visiting team move in, move out, be there on game day. Because as I affectionately told my wife, I don't think I could sit in the stands with all those coaches. I think I'd struggle a wee bit with all the experts sitting up there. Now, what I would do is I'd politely remove myself. I would not get myself in trouble. But I'm the luckiest guy in the world in that profession. I work for 2 great head football coaches and 2 great baseball coaches. I didn't have any hassles.
That's very cool.
Oh, it was. Absolutely.
And the Cub announcer, Jim DeShays, was talking about that on Sunday, how he said, you don't miss the grind as much as the people. That's why a lot of the players hang on, because it's pretty cool being a baseball player. You like the camaraderie and all the friendships and everything. Yeah. And he says a lot of players, and he says, I was one of them, stayed around too long until finally it wasn't fun getting, beat up on the mound.
Yeah.
It was time to hang up the spikes. Yeah. But it's the whole program itself. And when it's run well, like the Iowa programs are, it is something to behold.
Captain, just to kind of share with you, what I really miss is I miss when we leave town on Thursday for the road game and riding in a semi.
Yeah.
I miss. I tell you what, when the Reagan family out of Muscatine provided the semi, I got to ride in the tractor with them. That was an unbelievable experience.
That's cool.
And we had fun. I always like to make it fun more than anything else. more than anything else.
You've got a great history. I mean, it's just, and I've followed you on social media, and you always take the pictures and everything, and I mean, I kind of miss that.
Yeah. At times, you know what? I do too.
I don't know, I get dumbfounded by people. We were out at a restaurant, Jan and I, and Dwayne Banks came over to the table with his wife and said, very nice, and said they listened and everything, and I'm going, why is he listening to me?
He must like you, Steve.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes it just, I don't know. I don't figure people like that are a little higher than, to me,
Sure.
These are people that I idolize.
Sure. No, DB was a good guy. Is a good guy. He was fun to work for.
Yeah.
He was really fun to work for. Always had a story, and the people that he knows was scary. There was not a town we went in he didn't know somebody. But I'll also tell you a quick Hayden story. We're playing down down in Waco, Texas, and the bus driver picks us up from the airport, and we didn't move the bus. The guy looked at me and says, "We're not moving unless somebody here knows who Hayden Fry is," because he knew him. Like wherever Hayden had coached somewhere, he drove the bus. I mean, there's stories like that, much like you talked about, every place you go.
Hayden, and this was another surprise of mine, he had some tiff with the press after a game on Saturday. And one of the writers said how angry he was and everything. And so I made up the story and said, well, I ran into him at the Sinclair station or wherever, and, and said something to him, why don't you calm down? And he went in the back and grabbed a club, and a golf club, and he's going to swing it at me. but then he calmed down. Well, when he retired, the first place he came, and this was a couple of years later, the first place he came was here.
Cool. Isn't that neat?
But he said, I still got that club in my trunk, and I couldn't believe that he heard it.
This is really cool. He had been retired 2 or 3 years, and he had come up for Fry Fest, and we had just moved into the new football building, and they called from upstairs saying, "Hey, Greg, Coach is coming. He's going to meet with Kirk, but Kirk's got a TV commitment first. Could you take care of him?" I said, "Sure." So he walked in and we're talking, and in mid-sentence, honest to God, he stopped. He said, "Hey, Greg, I got to ask you." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Your son James, he's with the Cowboys right now," which was true. He was playing with the Cowboys at the time. But he said, "Your younger son Jake, isn't he playing at Cohen Cedar Rapids?"
Oh, wow.
Now I'm telling you, he had no idea he was going to see me. But the thing that maybe he taught me more than anything else is loyalty. Be loyal to those who are loyal to you. Be loyal to those who are willing to help you grow and learn. And I'm telling you, it stopped me in my boots and brought me to tears. I mean, and he had met the boys, and he'd known the boys, but for him to know that Jake was playing at Co, I mean, wow.
No, he was a great man.
Oh. He put this place on the map. You can't go anywhere without that Tiger Hawk. I don't care where you're at.
You're absolutely right about that.
Talk about a guy that changed the complexion of a university and a community. And I remember at one of his first press conferences, he talked about he wanted to have the best medical school, the best law school. He put it on everybody campus-wide to get better. And that to me, woke everybody up. And I'm sure that's why Bump and Ed Jennings hired him.
Well, you walk anywhere in the country with an Iowa shirt on or some sort of Iowa paraphernalia on, and you'll hear from somewhere, "Go Hawks."
Exactly.
It's pretty great.
I mean, it seriously is. That Tiger Hawk was just a stroke of genius.
You don't mess with that either.
No.
There have been many that have tried or think maybe we don't need to use that. Not so fast. You better not do that. You're going to get in trouble.
No, and when you see that insignia on that new hospital in North Liberty, just etched into that glass.
That is unbelievable.
So cool.
Yeah, that blows you away.
It does.
That's as big as North Liberty.
Yeah. My wife works there, and she loves the building. Absolutely.
I grew up in a town smaller than that building.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
And then, I went to Steinler. I had my knee replaced. I went to Steinler, and their new building is huge. And I said, my doctor, Dr. Overton, said, this building, I mean, you've got people that have repaired their knees and hips and everything. And he goes, yeah, we know our surgery worked when they managed to get out the door.
Great line, right? It makes you feel better.
Well, really great to see you, Greg, and we really appreciate you coming in. Of course, the reason that you are here is for the pancake breakfast. It's great. We do tend to drift once in a while.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. That's why I listen to you, because you never know what you may learn.
6:30 to noon?
6:30, 12:30.
Till 12:30.
On Sunday. Don't be scared of the line. And if you got any questions, ask for Greg, and I'll get your questions handled.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you for coming in. We really appreciate it.
And thanks to you guys. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Live radio is still the best. All this crap people talking about, they think they know Iowa City and their New York and Mars and everything else. No. This place, I'm just telling you, this place counts. For people who need to know what's going on, this place counts.
Thank you very much. I wonder what I'll play next.
Something good. How about just something good?
Hey, there you go.
The Corridor.